getting dinner, whatever they were doing. That's the end of the swale here. Yeah, I was moving this pile around, flipping it around. I thought somebody had thrown a dozen eggs in there. I looked and went over and picked them up, and they were snake eggs. They were leathery. So I had to turn the pile over, so I picked them up, took them over, showed them to Rick, and I was gonna put them by the garden shed over there. As I walked up there, I'm ready to put those eggs down, and this frog jumps up and he's looking at me like, I don't think so. It's just the way it appeared. He didn't want any snakes being raised around him. So anyways, Rick was out here the next day on the tractor. He says, that mama's looking for you. I said, what? He says, that pine snake's been going up and around and around and around this pile. So what can you do? It ain't a perfect world, but hopefully the eggs make it. I don't have any issue with snakes. They don't have any issue with me. The hay bales, they'll be moldy inside. They're already getting a little bit, but I see that one over there by the apple tree. Rick and I, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but over by this pine, last year, Rick put in 4 bales or blocks of Stropharia rugosa annulata mushroom. It's King Stropharia. They also call it a garden giant. And we got it from a fellow out in Washington, and Paul Stamets. He's got a company called Fungi Perfecti, and I met him years ago in Telluride, Colorado, at a mushroom festival. But Rick put in several blocks of them, and we put wood chips. And if you look at some place, like right there, you see all that? That's mushroom mycelium. It smells sweet too. So we called up one of Paul's helpers or employees there on the way back from downstate, helping my family out, because we weren't getting any mushrooms. I figured they would come eventually, but Rick said, well, give her a call, or give him a call. So I did. We talked to her. She talked to their tech guy. He said, well, just saturate. He says, you'll force them to grow. And we got up here and there's mushrooms everywhere. So got a chance to eat them, taste them. But when we pulled some, you get the mycelial threads that are stuck to the bottom of them. We took them, took a hay bale over there, stuck them in there just to expand the operation. And we'll see how it looks. The old leaning apple tree, getting a good haircut next year. But right where these twigs are, I put in chunks of mushroom. And what do we have there? I'd say we got mushrooms big time. Pretty warm in there though. You don't want it anaerobic. Covered up a little bit, but all around here I put those, and hopefully it uses this for a food source, and then you can spread that and make more. Paul Stamets, Fungi Perfecti. Good company to work with if you want to learn about mushrooms. Learn how to grow them. I've been doing it since, the 90s, but haven't messed around with it for quite a while. Do a lot of, some of the other videos gonna have this year, the chaga hunting. And we were pretty successful at that this year. Out behind the barn, we've got a mess we're still cleaning up. But Rick put in asparagus last year, I believe it was. And there they are. Marked them with flagging so next year he can wood chip them or whatever he's going to do. There's also strawberries in here. There's horseradish. There's some nice horseradish right here. Look at the size of that stuff. I can't argue with that. So normally pull it up and tear the roots off and let it multiply, but they're doing pretty good. Kind of crappy on those peach trees that we stuck in over here. Nothing really made it, so there is some rootstock that's budding, putting out some growth. One lonely sugar plum right here made it, so we'll see. We shall see what we shall see. That's coming off rootstock. And here we got pawpaws. All those orange flags. Cleared this, that'll be another compost pile in progress. A lot of old stumps and rotten firewood and whatever was in there for years. But the pawpaws need some shade. They're an understory tree, but they're doing okay, it looks like. As long as nothing comes in and starts munching on them. There's a couple there getting brand new leaves on them. Look at that. Little tiny guys. So that's good. Patchy blackberries made it in this little front garden. Harvested the garlic. Ashmead's kernel. One of the ones we cut the tree off, but the shoots are coming up. There's Rick sitting down again.
Hey, I called Carl and I called Dad. Already got it.
Huh?
I called Carl and Dad.
Ah, good. Blueberries. Hey, there's a blueberry on the blueberries. Better pick it for something else gets it. Anyways, we harvested the garlic. Carl put these, what the heck are those flowers called? Lily? Tiger lily or something like that? I don't know.
I think it was a tiger lily and it might be all tiger lily.
Well, this is Granny Smith. He was having a hard time, but it looks like he's going to make it. Roxbury russet, same thing. Cut off the main tree. The new growth's coming up. Those are royal medlars. And apparently they're doing okay. Lilac bush is doing real good. Hardy kiwis, working at it. And I think that about concludes our tour for today. What do you think, Uncle Rick?
I think we're going to scrub the bathroom floor.
Thanks for sharing that.